Why won't he eat his chicken soup? Why does he fidget and move? Why does he hoard those crabs downtown? Is he looking for the groove? His Uncle Morris offered him a job, working from the bottom to the top. But Uncle Mo, the kid won't go. He's just got to hip hop, 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 hop.
Play that funky music, Jewish boy. Play that funky music, Jewish boy. Play that funky music, Jewish boy.
Play something funky. Play something funky for your mother. Everybody said the kid was bad because he's got the funk in his bones. But now the kid is doing fine. He's on the road with Quincy Jones.
Play that funky music, Jewish boy. Play that funky music, Jewish boy. Play that funky music, Jewish boy.
Play something funky. Play something funky for your mother.
Hello, I'm dangling from a wire 3 feet above a bottle of Daddy's sauce in an experiment first conducted in 1975 by James Burke, which proved that the BBC will let you do anything, no matter how meaningless or fatuous, in the name of popular science. A similar effect can be achieved on ITV by dressing Miriam Stoppard up as a carrot and letting her talk about multiple sclerosis.
Dear Katie, here is a handy tip for removing rhododendron stains from pie crusts. Simply soak them in creosote and rub the affected area with a dead wildebeest. From Winifred Ricketts of Press That In. Katie replies, thanks, Winnie. For this handy tip, I'm sending you a sack of anthracite blessed by the Bishop of Durham.
Shut up.
Dear Katie, here is an handy tip for dislodging distributor caps from your duodenum. Simply insert a nose pipe up your left nostril and flush liberally until your stomach is the size of Salisbury Cathedral. From Edna Biscuit of Rangoon.
Shut up.
Katie replies, thanks, Edna. For this handy tip, I am sending you the Gobi Desert.
Will you shut up?
Dear Katie, here is an handy tip for keeping the kids amused during electroconvulsive torture in a Chilean prison cell.
Will you, for God's sake, shut up?
Simply stuff your old tights with ping pong balls and it makes a perfect Sinclair home computer. That's from Herod Antipas of Rill.
Will you shut up, you noisy fat bastard?
Dear Katie, here is an handy tip for dealing with irritating cretins under the next hairdryer. Simply ring up your nearest US airbase and arrange for them to drop a cruise missile on his head. That's from Brenda Grist of Tewkesbury. Katie replies, thanks, Brenda. For this handy tip, I am sending you a season ticket to Catford Abattoir, autographed by a mummified skeleton of Sarah Brightman.
Programming Sigma Alpha Tango. Code locked in for a 10-megaton nuclear strike targeted on Geraldine's hair salon Bromley.
When the opera begins, the townspeople of Worms join in a rousing cantata, rejoicing that spring is here, the tulips are blooming, and dental charges are the lowest in Europe. Onto an overhanging balcony skips a young maiden, Lucretia, plucking a zither and singing of her love for well-endowed goatherds. She then plummets from the balcony, breaking her legs in 16 places, and sings of her acute agony and desire for an osteopath. 2 strapping troubadours caper on, gaily attired as Bertrand Russell, and sing to her first in unison and then in Italian. In Act 2, we witness a fromage à trois, in which both men make love to a Swiss cheese and vice versa. That night, gathering honeysuckle in the garden by moonlight, Lucretia sings a touching aria of a young girl's loves and emotions and is violently hacked to pieces by a brain-damaged zombie with a chainsaw. Woken by her screams, her lover, Fabrizio, frolics into the cloister and, seeing her dismembered remains, sings of his speechless shock whilst accompanying himself on the spoons. His face is then horribly ripped apart by 2 meat hooks embedded through each cheek. The villagers dance on in a jig of horror and are instantly consumed in a hideous fireball which incinerates the entire company as the final curtain falls.
Richard Baker there, at this season's first major work by the Royal Opera Company's controversial new director, Sir Freddy Krueger. Sir Freddy, I think it's fair to say that your arrival at the ROC has been marked by a certain shift towards, shall we say, masses of indescribably gratuitous violence. One thinks, for instance, of La Nozze di Figaro, in which the bride on her wedding night is sucked up in her nightdress into the jaws of a large human slug.
Yes, I think this is largely a question of interpretation, you know. I mean, for too long, Mozart's works have been considered purely on their merits as great symphonic dramas, whereas their true potential as gruesome slashers has been widely ignored.
Yes. I did hear a rumour, Sir Freddy, that your next project was to be a production of Così fan tutti, directed by Ken Russell.
No. We rejected that. After all, we do have to maintain some standards of decency. So, what do we learn from this about the interconnectedness of our personal lives and the essence of existence? Well, if we look at materialist philosophy, then this presupposes a complete denial of the spirit of materialism.
So what do you think? I'm bored. Let's nick him.
I never trusted Einstein. I mean, if space and time are relatives, then why did they never come to my birthday party? I was never very good at science at school. I hated the subject. The fact of the matter is...
Alexei, look out!
Enjoying ourselves, are we? Having a good time? Oh dear. What have we got here? Don't you know it's an offence to let an elephant foul the footpath?
Yes. Officer, my name's Alexei Sayle, and I'm filming some inserts for a television programme, you know, making kind of witty and poignant observations on modern British society, like, have you noticed how our British bobbies are getting younger and younger? Before you know
All right, that's enough. Roll the end credits.
Yeah, but we haven't...
Roll them! Can I see your fat licence, please, sir? Your fat licence? Come on, I haven't got all day.
You don't need a licence to be fat.
Oh, let's butt on the law now, are we, sunshine? Tango Bravo 3 have apprehended loudmouth dirigible, corner of 1 Crescent Wet Drive, Camden. Request reinforcements, 4 extra panda divisions, decapitation experts, officers trained in the use of unnecessary brutality, chainsaw handlers, garroting squads, and community policing officers. Over.
Tango.
Well, it looks like we're going to have to wrap up the show for this week. But in next
I won't
week...
tell you again, Paul. Go shift it!
Funny old world, isn't it, eh?
Before the next programme, here is an apology.
In a recent edition of the Val Dunican Music Show, a song was featured by Val and the Cliff Adams singers containing a lyric which claimed that life is just a bowl of cherries. We have been asked to point out that, in fact, life is not a bowl of cherries. It is a state of essence or existence characterized by organic metabolic reactions, while a bowl of cherries is a small receptacle containing little red fruits on stalks. We apologize for any inconvenience this statement may have caused our viewers, particularly Mr. Herbert Bettis of Prince's Risborough, who, in attempting to take his life after his wife had died, in fact took a bowl of cherries and was afterwards sick in the upstairs lavatory. The Director General and the Board of Governors of the BBC have now all resigned, and the Home Secretary has been persuaded to swallow hemlock. We trust this incident will not be repeated.